What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you all joining me. And today we got the 2018 F-150. And today's video we're going to be highlighting of the 6 years that I've owned this truck and the countless miles that I've put on this thing and all the mods that I've accumulated. I want to talk about the top 5 mods that I have put on this truck that I absolutely love, and it's a must-have for you guys too. So with that said, let's go ahead and check it out. Folks, let's go ahead and start with number 1. Now it is a little windy and chilly out, so bear with me a bit. The first thing, guys, I want to talk about is the Ready Lift suspension lift that we put on the F-150. Now this is about as mild as it can get. I used to have a basic leveling kit before, which was nice, but this right here is a smidge more aggressive than your standard leveling kit. And the reason I say that is because it has the Ready Lift upper control arm. So we're still running those strut spacers up there at 3.5 inches or 3 inches, I believe, but at least we're safely doing it with that upper control arm. And then of course we have the 3-inch blocks on the back. And man, all these cars are coming in today. So as I was saying, this kit is about one of the more moderately priced leveling kits that you can get. Now this is a full 3.5-inch lift. We are using blocks in the back, and I did end up upgrading my struts to some rough country struts. This is some rough country struts. Alright, number 2 on the list. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, guys. The headlights. These right here are no brand eBay headlights that I purchased about 4 years ago or so. And if you could believe it, I mean, you should be able to believe it, but these babies are still running, guys. Not to mention that these things are a fraction of the price compared to the Morimotos. Those things that run you like $1,000 for headlights. This, a fraction, and they still run. They're projector style housing, and they have the really cool, nice LED strip going around it. It's overall one of my top mods. Honestly, when I purchased those things, I had very little hopes for them to function or for something to go out in them. But of all these, after all these years and after all the elements that have hit them, these babies are still going strong. So that right there calls for at least some recognition. Whoa, I almost tripped on this. This thing deserves some recognition because, like I said, man, those things, insane that they're still functioning after all these years. That said, I do have this aftermarket front grille here that I threw on. Now the same thing flies as for the headlights, but no brand and very cheap. But you can see why. We got some lights burning out. I actually had to replace that one already, so I'm gonna have to replace it again. But I can't lie, guys, that is very unique look. Whoa, it's a very unique look on an F-150, guys. So for number 3, we're gonna have to crawl finally inside the truck where it's nice and warm. This right here is the Revisol, I think that's how you pronounce it, flat bottom steering wheel. Now, if you know the XLs, guys, we have that hideous, very ugly, rubbery steering wheel before. And on my old one, it was starting to fade at the top. You can very clearly tell it was starting to fade at the top. And it was time to switch it up. And what better excuse to go and get this aftermarket beauty right here, guys. We got the beautiful red stitching going all the way across. We have the flat bottom. The only time I like my bottoms flat. And of course, we have this beautiful red stripe down the middle, you know, in case we're ever whipping this thing around the corner, we know what is centered. I guess so, I don't know. But this thing is awesome. I love it. I've had the steering wheel for about 2 years now, and it's still pretty tip-top shape, guys. I clean it as much as I can. Of course, you can see it's dirty right now. Don't consider this fade. That's just my dirty hand. But this steering wheel is awesome. It feels hell of a lot better, a lot beefier. It just feels good, super nice. Spruces up the interior of the truck. No longer looks like an XL, but maybe a trim higher. This one may be a little bit more niche, but for you 3.3s out there, consider yourself getting a throttle controller, man. This thing is revolutionized the driving experience for this truck. Now I daily this truck, so that thing right there has made a noticeable difference, and it was only like, I think like $40 or $50. And it's a throttle controller. It's wired down to obviously the throttle pedal. And of course you have different settings over here depending on the front number here. If we go all the way to 3, that is immediate response from the accelerator, and we can switch it up to going back to stock. And then there's eco mode, which, you know, obviously will make the truck super slow, and there's different variations of it. We can go to that, I believe, is going back to stock. F1, we can go up to all the way to 1.9, and then we switch it up to F2. This is kind of where I drive, around 2 in the middle there. It's a good little median of feeling the power, as well as, you know, not downshifting every time, because as you guys know, the 3.3 is not the fastest nor the strongest or really anything that great, apart from reliability. But this thing, guys, check it out. I just had to make a quick little shout out to that guy right there. And last but not least, guys, the iDoing head unit. This is just a beautiful masterpiece over here, guys. We have all sorts of settings on this thing. Apps, we got Google, we got YouTube, we got Waze, Maps. You can go on Google Chrome, guys. You can go on the internet. You can connect this either to your SIM card. You can connect it to a SIM card so you always have internet, or you can hotspot it or run it off of Wi-Fi. Go to settings. We have network. We can connect this thing to Wi-Fi, and you can watch some YouTube videos while you're waiting for your friends that take a long time. We have full-on control of our HVAC over here, and you still have buttons down here to work with. But this thing is awesome, guys. I made a full-on video about this, a detailed review and installation on it, so check that out. But if you know anything about the XLs, guys, you know that we used to have a tiny little 4-inch screen up there, and everything else was buttons. Now, you can expect that from an XL truck because, you know, XL's fleet trucks, so you're not going to have all the screens and all the good stuff that you would find on Platinums or Lariats or whatever's out there. But this right here, guys, is a massive game changer. Highly recommend it. We still have radio. Whoa, 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 whoa. We still got radio. We still have all the functions that we have. Steering wheel functions still work. So we have all that good stuff, and it's essentially a tablet built into your truck. Not to mention, I mean, look at the finish. It looks as if this is how it came out of the factory, which is just another huge plus, guys. This one you can definitely check out on F1truckmods.com. Highly, highly recommend this bad boy over here, especially if you have an XL with a tiny little screen, because, well, who wants a tiny little screen, guys? Your date comes into the truck and she sees that little screen, she's gonna immediately walk out. They come and see this, you know? This thing is it, guys. This is it. And there you have it, guys. Those are my top mods for the F-150 gang out there. Now, I have picked these because of a few reasons. 1, being their value. 2, the fact that they're still functioning. And just 3, how much it has revolutionized the interior exterior of the truck. Now, these mods are great, especially for those of you who don't really do too much to your truck. Maybe you like that factory look. That's fine, but some of these things will they're just game changers overall, guys, and that's exactly why I picked them, because obviously I have tried and tested them. I've had certain mods for years and they're still working, and the fact that they're still functioning and for their price point is insane, guys. It's insane. And overall, guys, just super happy. Make sure you check out some of the stuff we have on F1truckmods.com, so be sure to check that out. And if you have any questions or anything regarding any of this stuff, guys, leave them down below. I'll do my best to try and help you out. Other than that, I appreciate you all joining me in today's video, guys. This was a fun one. I like to give recognition to certain things because they are just, yeah, it's awesome, man. It's awesome that these things are still going, and that it just changes the driver's feel of it. It's pretty cool, guys. Especially for F-150s, they're highly polluted on the road. You know, they're like it's like the 43rd year of America's top-selling truck. So, you know, there's definitely a lot to do with them. That's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. With that said, I appreciate if you liked and subscribed on the channel. All that support is greatly appreciated. Other than that, I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace. Take care.